What's up, everybody? Today we're here on the China server because today we're going to take a look at last year's SWC champion, Lest's account. So, first things first, disclaimer, we cannot actually see the runes on his RTA unit since RTA and the rest of the game are two different rune builds, right? You rune something in your normal runes, and then you can also rune it differently in RTA. So we cannot see the exact runes for RTA. However, this is the reason that I'm doing this, even though we can't see his specific RTA runes, is some of these units may be runed. First off, some of these units may be runed exactly the same in RTA and the rest of the game. And number two, this is a great way for a lot of maybe early to mid-game players, if they're curious about a build on a unit that they may have in common with him, like you both have, like, oh, he has this, I have that too, let me see how it's runed. This is a great benchmark of like, okay, maybe I want my runes to look a little bit similar to what he has his runed on, right? So I just wanted to disclaim that they're not necessarily the exact same stuff as in RTA. However, many of them may just be the exact same runes. It's like, oh, RTA build for him? That's the same thing. The same thing. There are a couple differences though, like for sometimes high level players, like top 100 players, they usually tend to fight a lot of the same people. And they know like, oh, this person has a Gianna. I may not want will runes on this unit, just because I know that when I fight them, I can bring, or when I fight these several Gianna users, that I can bring these units in that don't have will runes that can kind of counter Gianna naturally. So some things may or may not have will runes in RTA, where they do, like they may have will runes in the his normal runes, right? Just little things like that. Maybe there's a little bit of a speed difference in RTA and normal runes because they want to like trick people. They're like, oh, well, he can see my normal runes. I want to trick him into thinking that it's this speed and he can outspeed me. It's really 10 speed faster in RTA. You know what I mean? I just want to disclaim that at the beginning before we get into it. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get started. So again, this is Lest. This is the SWC 2019 champion. He's clearly put a lot of time and energy into his island art. When you're the champion, you don't really need to worry about island art too much. Let's take a look at all the stuff that he has. Okay, first off, Camilla, super tanky, 40,000 plus HP, 187 speed on crit damage, violent and energy, HP, crit damage, HP. I would expect nothing less from this Camilla. So then we see Amelia. Amelia is looking like she's speed defense HP, I'm sure on Violent Will. Violent Shield, speed defense HP, okay. Not like super crazy, like some decent runes, but not like anything super crazy. Like this one is a 26, but it's a shield. So maybe that's why he put the shield set on, because he wanted it to be. There could be another reason that they wanted the shield set on. Maybe he's trying to use it against things, or he's like, okay, they're gonna blast me turn one. Maybe he wanted the shield for. You know what? Actually, he may have wanted the shield. Now that I think about it, now that I'm saying it, he may have wanted the shield. Maybe he uses his bulwark. He does have a bulwark, so I think he may want the shield for an extra stack for bulwark. So that could be the reason why shield set for this actually. But anyway, just fast and tanky on. I should show that a little bit faster, a little bit slower. I always try to do things so fast. And you guys are like, slow down, Baker, slow down. Okay, so this one, Bastet, this cannot be actually used for anything. Oh, double fight. So maybe he's using this with some Lucians for like arena offense or something like that. It looks like more of a work in progress Bastet. I wouldn't get too hung up on the Bastet runes, but just double fight for maybe for Rift Beast as well, maybe for arena offense, but not anything too crazy that he's like a work in progress. Some people use triple fight Bastets or like double fight will Bastets for extra damage for their DPS units, for both arena offense and for Rift Beasts. So this tractor actually is runed and takes a lot of this very efficient tractor runes. Looks like it's defense, crit damage, defense. Yeah, looks like it's defense, crit damage, defense with nice tanky speed and HP subs. On Vampire Revenge. Tractor, one of the nice things about Tractor, you're like, why does he have a Tractor rune? Some of you may be asking. Tractor can't be defense broken. He's a nice unit for Guild Siege that can't be defense broken. He's also pretty decent against Daphnis and Lauren because, again, he can't be defense broken, right? So he's a water tank. that can't be defense broken, so you need to like ignore defense or bomb him, or he's kind of annoying sometimes because he's got enough tankiness that he's got kind of annoying. So people also do use him for Guild Siege. And another nice thing is if you're like, I have some good defense vampire runes, what could use this? Things like Tractor, things like the Light Golem, also really nice with the vampire runes for just annoying tanky things that you have to hit multiple times. Vampire Revenge is strong on them with the defense. Right, so anyway, let's take a look at this Tetra. So it's looking like, is this Tetra triple HP or double HP defense or something like that? Because I feel like he can get the speed in just subs. Interesting. Triple HP. Okay, triple HP, Violent Endure. Let's take a look at that resistance again. But this is not even his super premium set of Violent Runes. 20 speed there. 23 speed, but it's a slot 2 HP. There's not really too many things that use, you know, this kind of rune. So it's enough speed to actually make this work. 22 speed. I mean, well, this is also an Endure rune. I was gonna say for many people, this is like one of their best Violent runes, but this is an Endure rune. So he's not really using, like, this is a Violent rune. He's not really using his super premium runes for this. And actually, you don't even need your super premium runes for a Tetra. Tetra can work on so many different sets. She just needs good stats, really. I was mentioning this in stream. I was like, we can stick her on, like, Nemesis and stuff like that. So, actually pretty nice. Sometimes it's nice to have Tetra with good resistance, though, so she can resist things. Then we have Varad. So this is looking like speed crit damage defense. And just some accuracy and subs, some HP and subs. Speed crit damage defense on Violent Will. Generally, if you don't know what to put things on, like what to put on a unit, what runes, Violent Will is never a bad set. I would say. I say that now, but I'm like, Lucian, Violent Will, Lucian. Gotta make sure you follow that amputation magic up with a surprise box. Violent Will, Lucian. For many things, you can't go wrong with Violent Will. It's like, use it in PvP, Violent Will. So, not the best, not necessarily always the best rune build for everything, but you'll see a lot of things for RTA or on Violent Will, unless they're cleave things. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Speaking of cleave, let's take a look at this Covenant. 262 speed Covenant. It's looking like this guy's on Swift speed crit damage attack. 95% crit rate. Speed crit damage attack. I'm wondering if, I don't think he actually uses him in RTA. I think he just uses him probably for Arena and Guild Wars. More than anything else. So it's a lot of speed on Covenant. Covenant has a good multiplier though. Covenant can actually kill some stuff. Even with this this much speed and a little bit less on the damage side, he can still probably kill a decent amount of stuff. Then we have Abellio. So there's a couple people that like to rune Abellio a couple different ways. This looks like a double HP defense Abellio with speed and subs. Actually decent attack power too, but I think that's just happens to be grinded stats. But it's looking like it's probably double HP defense with the speed and subs. Very tanky to be very annoying because he's going to cut in, he's going to take some turns. It takes some, I would say it takes some finesse, some skill. Abellio's kind of one of the harder units to actually play around with and get to work and know how to like really be a good Abellio user. You find that generally people that are very skilled can like take Abellio into things and make it work, and same thing with Ophelia. Like the better RTA players can take Abellio and Ophelia and really do wonders with them, where like other people are like, I don't know how to stick this in and make it actually work. And you can't always bring him into every match, but yeah. So it's looking like a speed, HP. Oh, I thought it was double HP defense actually. So he's just triple HP, but defense and subs, 20%, 20%, 23%, 22%, 18%. So he's just got enough defense and subs that it can be double HP, triple HP. And just again, speed and subs. I know some people are like jealous. They're like, I wish I could get, but this is one way, like if you're thinking like, oh, I wonder how to rune Abellio. This is one way to rune Abellio. There's another way where it's defense, crit damage defense, and rune him, because he actually does damage based on his defense, so he does pretty nice bruiser damage. Usable in 2 turns as well. But I learned that, shout out to Simple Tony. I learned that from Simple Tony because he does like a bruiser Abellio. I don't know why I was even on his account like 6 months ago or whatever, and I'm like, his Abellio does way more damage than mine. I'm like, oh, he does defense. He does whatever. He's stacking it more for damage instead of just tankiness. So 2 different ways to use him. If you want to use him as a bruiser, or if you just want to use him as an annoying thing that keeps cutting in every time, you know, someone tries to kill your monsters, right? But anyway, just some options to use Abellio. I don't remember what I was saying something about. I think I started saying something, but oh yeah, this is just some options. I already said that. Never mind. Whatever. Oh god, that's very fast. And you know what? That's got to be on violent, right? So that's definitely speed. Speed, HP, defense is what it's looking like. Oh, speed attack. Why do I always think it's defense? I mean, it could have gone either way. I mean, really, if you think about it, it's over 100% extra attack, 100% extra defense. So if it's attack, then it's defense and subs. A lot of defense and subs. If it's defense, then it's a lot of attack and subs, right? But just good stats overall, because she needs a lot of HP, attack, defense, and speed. Those are the 4 main stats that she needs. She doesn't really need as much accuracy, even though she does have 2 debuffs. She needs it more for this first skill than the well, actually, I would still stack accuracy on her. Actually, I'm saying that, and I'm like, I would still try to stack accuracy on her. I would go against the crit rate though, because a lot of the things that you use her for, she actually needs low crit rate. Like for example, if you're gonna use her against an Artemil, if you're gonna use her against a Miho, kind of nice to have a low crit rate on her. So, anyway, speed, attack, HP, but she does heal based on her attack power, right? Recovery amount proportion to the attack power. So. Not bad, but you still get all that tankiness, like all that defense and all that HP still in all these subs. 166 speed, oh my god. And then we see this is actually slower than I was expecting. So this is looking like it's definitely not speed slot 2. Watch it, speed slot 2. watch it is. It's looking like it's HP crit damage, HP on violent. Yeah, violent will maybe, I guess. Violent focus. Oh, is there a lot of accuracy? Oh, not really a lot of accuracy. It's speed. What? I don't even know this game. How? 90. But okay. But you guys see what I'm talking about when I like just assume that it's HP on that slot, because it doesn't really have that much speed. So that means he's got like very little speed in the rest of the subs. Considering this had more speed and he's got you know, he just got in subs. So anyway. It's all about the stats, right? You could have a different thing on slot 2, but still have the same stats or different stats, whatever. Anyway, a lot of stats there. That's really efficient. And then crit damage there, but no speed on this rune at all. So that's why I was thinking it was going to be speed and subs, right? Because there's no speed on this rune at all. And there's 15 speed here. It's a very nice rune, though. Very nice focus rune. And not a whole ton of speed. Is 12 speed on this rune. I was expecting... See, like I was expecting like 9 speed. I was expecting more speed in subs. You see what I mean? When I was like, oh, this cannot be speed on slot 2. And I knew as I said that, I was like, it's definitely going to be speed on slot 2 just to jinx me. Just because like, I jinxed myself and I knew I was going to be wrong as soon as it came out of my mouth. I shouldn't guess what... But this is like, especially compared to like some of this other stuff, like there's not a whole lot of speed in subs compared to like the 21, 26, 26, 25, 26. He's like, was thinking in here is like 12, 13, 9. So you see what you see where I was going with that though. Like why I assumed that was gonna be like HP crit damage HP. Because it makes more sense for that to be HP crit damage HP. Anyway, there you go on here. But the nice thing about it is you don't need a crazy amount of speed. I've seen a lot of Josephine's faster than this. I've seen Josephine's faster than this, and I've seen Josephine's I don't want to say slower than this. I really haven't seen too many RTA style Josephine. You know what this could also be? Again, this could be that he has it faster for RTA. Maybe this is how he likes it in Guild Wars, and he just does a faster one in RTA. So it could be, again, that could be the situation there. But I'm pretty sure like this one that's probably how his RTA one is built too. So it's probably the same runes for this both ways. But anyway, I've seen some people that do like much faster, maybe not much faster, but like a few dozen extra speed on this Josephine as well. But the nice thing about her is like you don't need a crazy amount of speed is what I was trying to say. You don't need a crazy amount of speed because she's just going to do this regardless. All of your harmful effects will be removed and you instantly recover a turn. So even if she's slow, if something gets CC'd, she gets the next turn. She steals a turn. She cleanses herself, she steals another turn. So, this is so annoying. I feel like it's more annoying when it's used against me. That you guys feel that way too? Like, you never, like, when you're screwing someone over with Josephine, like, you don't feel that. But when someone's using Josephine against you, you're like, oh my god, she's always got her passive up. How do I get rid of that passive? Why does it never go away? Right? So anyway, yeah. There's the Josephine, but some people do crit damage. So another thing, I really don't want to make this a super long video, even though we're only done with a few monsters. Sometimes in RTA, when you're using all support units, you need to get damage out of somewhere. So that's why, if people are running like a Vanessa, Fran, Josephine, and then Juno, and like something like to counter Gani Hathor, right? If Gani Hathor is being used against them, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna pick the Juno and the Josephine. Like, crap, now I have no damage. Now I just have a bunch of support units to counter Gani Hathor. Where's my damage coming from? And then you gotta like, and then it evolves. The builds for the high level units evolve into, okay, I'm gonna put crit damage on the Juno, I'm gonna put crit damage on the Josephine, etc. And Vanessa, a lot of times crit damage, well, a lot of times, Vanessa basically always for RTA is crit damage as well. But I know people that did, like, I'm not mine, bigger. I'm like, I mean in high level, high level. Anyway, Molong, this is looking like, I'm like, oh, my Molong's faster than that, but I'm sure he's not really focusing too much on his Molong right now. It's not his premium runes, right? We see he's like, I mean, he's fairly tanky. It's like maybe Guild Wars kind of thing. So we can also think maybe it's speed tuned to go specifically before or after something else. Maybe the Bulwark is speed tuned to go right next to it. Maybe the what else? Maybe a Perna or something like that. Speed tuned to go. Yeah, it could be speed. So this Perna is 221 speed, and the Molong is 231 speed. So they're 10 speed away. They're kind of speed tuned. And then when you take into consideration the towers and stuff like that, they're speed tuned fairly closely. Where like he could have the Perna and the Molong speed tuned to go next to each other, right? Or again, like some other stuff as well. So take into account sometimes things are faster or slower based on what combos he's using them with. Anyway, this is not ruined. Yeah, that's not ruined. You can tell that. It's not ruined. That's not finished. Maybe it's ruined for RTA, right? Maybe he's got it fully ruined for RTA. It was just taking it off for the rest of the content. So this again. Okay, so this is also. This is 200 and like I said, 231, and this is also 231. So another thing to take into consideration is that the Bulwark is actually going to move first. If this is 231 and this is 231, I'm doing the math, right? I mean, I'm doing the math right? Yeah, 231, 231. This Bulwark is going to move first before the Molong. They're the same speed because Bulwark has higher base speed. So, this one's going to move first, and then the Molong is going to move second. Also, Bulwark on crit damage. Speed crit damage attack. Speed crit damage attack. Okay. And this is, I'm not sure why this is broken set like that. I think he was trying to do, maybe he had to, you know what this looks like? Is that this was Shield Revenge Will, and then he needed that Will rune for something else. And he's like, crap, now I have an unruined Bulwark. Let me stick something on in the meantime. So that's what it looks like, is that he stuck this Despair rune just on in the meantime, until he can get another Will rune that he likes for this. Because this is not a double stack, right? Because if you have Shield and Will, Shield and Will runes on Bulwark, because a lot of people do Shield, Will, and Revenge. If you have Shield and Will runes on Bulwark, then that means he's got 2 stacks at the beginning of the match. So, oh my god, I'm talking so much. We got to get through this faster, man. I'm sorry I'm trying to talk so about it. I'm just trying to give information. Also, this is kind of squishy for a Bulwark. If you think about it, that's actually, wait a second, that's weird for a Bulwark to have speed crit damage attack. Maybe that's like a just in case thing. It's like, yeah, you know what? Just in case I can't stack the Bulwark, I'm gonna do some damage. That's kind of weird on a Bulwark, because usually you could just do Bulwark like tanky, like fast and tanky, and I usually see good resistance in the Bulwark too. A lot of people like to run him with resistance. So keep in mind that this is also, even though speed tune with the Mo Long, it is a little bit odd for a Bulwark to be DPS. It actually is. So maybe there's another reason for it that I just am not, that I'm not seeing, but generally you see, for the most part, most Bulwarks are just tanky, right? Anyway, this is, oh god, you're gonna love this Mina. You're gonna love this Mina. So, at first glance, you see the speed on Mina and you're like, plus 170, okay, that's on Swift or like a crazy violent set. And then, after a while, you're like, wait a second. It's got a lot of attack power. It's got a lot of crit damage. It's got a lot of crit damage. Is that on, yes. That's gotta be, it's gotta be. It's gotta be on Rage Will. Jeez. Rage Will. Rage Will. Rage Will. 290 speed Rage Will. 291. I quit this game. 291 speed on. I'm sorry, 289. That one I added instead of subtracting. 289 speed. Rage Will. Mina. 289. You guys are like, I know. Some of you are like, I can't even get that on Swift. I can't even get a 280. Swift, I'm like 260. Brago, help me. Where do you get these runes? Not my runes, right? But she's got high base speed, so 27s, 28s, 25 over there. And then the speed slot too. That's very, very crazy. And some of you may be also thinking 20% crit rate. Why so low crit rate? If it's rage, you wanted a crit. Don't get excited. Don't think that you could build your things with 20% crit rate. Only with her. Crit rate will be 100% if the enemy has no harmful effects. Attacks the target one more time with energy punch when you attack on a critical hit on your turn. So this is basically like if you're using her and the enemy is not defense broken or attack broken or stunned or anything like that, no debuffs, she has 100% crit rate. So that 20% may as well be 100% until you put a debuff on, and then it's 20%. She's not going to crit at all. The nice thing about this is it's good against the Dark Cat when you want to not. She does multi-hits, right? And she's also going to not crit as long as the Dark Cat has a debuff. So anyway, that's a crazy Mina, man. Crazy Mina. So this one, Vigor, it's like people like to do violence. So this is looking like it's probably a 151 speed, crit damage, HP for him. Yep, Violent Will. Look at the stats on this, man. That's a premium rune for a water werewolf. People valuing this water werewolf. Value, value, value. And I've actually seen, so it's looking like he may do a combo of like some of these sometimes and one of those potentially. So he may be running that combo into certain teams, like only in, like, that doesn't mean he's gonna use it all the time, but it's looking like these are at least used, right? Really, really rune efficient. So this is probably gonna be on. This has got to be on violent speed, crit damage, HP. I thought this was gonna be on Swift, but this is looking like it's a Violent Will speed. Look at that crit rate, 27% crit rate, and a premium violent rune on Wusa. Jeez, you guys are like, yeah, that's the speed I have on Swift. Premium 26 speed. Oh my god, apparently uses Wusa a lot. Look at that. So it's looking like he likes to. It seems like he likes to use his bruiser teams, right? Because that's all bruiser stuff. So it's looking like he likes to use that. Then we have, this has got to be. Oh, well, this may not be. This may just be like his arena. Vanessa, because this could be, again, this could be runed differently on in RTA. So this is triple HP. This could just be for arena defense. Could just be for annoying arena defense stuff. So let's. So again, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on crit rate for. I mean, not crit rate. Yeah, crit rate and crit damage for RTA. So take some HP off and put some crit rate, crit damage, and that's like an RTA build for this. And then we have Vertiheal. This is actually not that. Oh, triple. Oh, so it's a specific Vertiheal. So this is a triple revenge Vertiheal. He probably has another one, maybe even in storage or something like that. For, oh, maybe he doesn't, right? But this is this is kind of like a thing that you bring out when you're like, oh, I'm gonna get outsped. I don't know what to do. Let me bring a triple revenge vertiheal. I mean, you can't get mad when a triple revenge vertical procs, right? Procs revenge. If it's got like one revenge set and you're like, every time you fight that same person, they're like, it keeps proccing revenge every single time and they only have a one revenge set, then you can get mad. But yeah, this, I was expecting better, but I was also expecting violent revenge. So this is only situational for like when he needs to use that triple revenge, when he's gonna get outsped and controlled, he needs to get that revenge proc. So you got a 45% chance, yeah, 45% chance to revenge. So, then we have attack, crit damage, HP. Really, Bruiser, Rocky. It's still really good runes for a Bruiser. I don't even know why. I didn't even take a look at the stats yet, or before I took a look at the runes. But yeah, Bruiser, Rocky. So, I kind of, I mean, like the thing with this though is like sometimes if she's like all Bruiser, it's hard to kill things. Like, you can kind of kill things. If she's, like, Rage, attack or damage attack, and she just has HP and subs, you get, like, plus 10,000 HP and subs. We get, like, a lot of juice from the DPS, from the attack and the crit damage. You can kill things without a defense break, but her being tanky and her also being on Despair, you need to have a defense break. Because she's not going to do that much damage. I mean, she does a defense break as well, but she's got 6% accuracy, so... I have Despair Rocky, and I've noticed that with myself. I'm like, man, I many times feel like she's not doing enough damage. Like, I need to make sure that she's completely set up with must have a defense break. Like, even for with things like Perna, I'm like, she needs to have a defense break to kill these things, right? But this may be enough to kill most Dark Cats. So, and again, it may be different in RTA. It may be more for like a Guild War, Guild Siege kind of thing, but. Yeah, that's the thing that I've noticed with this. Like a Bruiser, hybrid Bruiser Rocky. I like Rage Will. I have Despair in mind right now, but I think I need to switch her to Rage Will. Just to make sure that I kill things, right? Instead of the maybe we can proc Despair stun. Like, maybe we should just try to kill things. That should be the goal. Okay, so let's take a look at Trevor, which not too many people use nowadays. Trevor has low crit rate, 48% crit rate, so it's looking like he's, is he on defense? Attack crit damage defense? Looks like he's attack crit damage defense. But he also buffs his own crit rate with this skill. So he's gonna have 78% crit rate. So, he's on defense crit damage attack. There you go. And, Vampire Nemesis is a pretty standard build for Trevor. So, there you go. No runes on Monkey. Super easy. Okeanos is half runed. He's got to be half runed, yeah. For the speed, but still. Wasn't expecting that on him. So, it's looking like this Garo is probably on attack, crit, is probably on Vampire and something. And attack or damage attack. And just speed and subs and everything else. Yeah. Oh, speed. That means he doesn't have super crazy speed in the, like, 12 here. 21 there. 9, 19, 16. Okay. But, like, I was expecting a little bit more speed there. I was like, because you can get these stats on attack or damage attack for this Garo. So, anyway, let's take a look at... Oh, so this is... I believe he's actually known for this Antares is on Violent. So it's probably on Violent Will... attack, crit damage, HP for this Antares. And the nice thing about Antares is, well, number one nice thing is that he can not proc Josephine and also get violent procs. Steal turn and then a violent proc as well. So he can, yeah, not proc Josephine, which could be a good thing, right? Especially if you're using Josephine into him and then you're like, he's not proccing Josephine, he's not triggering Josephine's passive, because Josephine is kind of counter to Antares. If you didn't already know that. But yeah, HP for damage attack. And he was kind of known for having a violent Antares, which just gets extra turns. He steals turns and then violent procs. Can you imagine that? It's like, his attack gauge isn't full, he steals the turn, and then he gets another turn. And then you take a turn, and then he procs his passive, and then he violent procs out of the It's like, just go! Stop! Stop! You're hurting me. Stop. Craziness. And then with his crit rate, he buffs Remember, he buffs his own crit over here. Attack power and critical rate will be increased for 1 turn. So he has effectively 100% crit rate after that buff. And an interesting thing, people were using against me the other day in RTA, because on my ults I like to use Antares, because I kind of have to, because they have crap runes. So I'm like, Antares mijo! We do whatever we can do, right? Whatever toxicity we can get. They were like, oh, I'm going to Chiwu skill 2 on Antares. And I'm like, you're preventing me from getting an attack power and crit rate buff by blocking that in advance. I thought that was very clever, right? Damn you, I thought that was clever. Anyway, the nice thing about Antares is he doesn't really need a whole lot of speed. So you just build him as a bruiser. I mean, you can't put like 0 speed on him, because then you want him to get some turns naturally too, but yeah. Kamoon, so there's a lot of different builds. I'm not even gonna guess for this Kamoon, he could be on so many different things. HP. Despair Will. Very stat efficient. There's so many different builds for Kamoon. Kamoon is just great because he's Kamoon. You can put a million different things on him. You can put Swift, you can put Violent, you can put Despair, you can put Revenge, you can Despair Revenge, you can put Shield, you put everything. Nemesis. Kamoon's like just good with every set. Like, it seems like Kamoon's good with every set because I've seen so many different Kamoons so many different ways. Just fast and tanky for the most part. Some people put a lot of crit damage on theirs as well. There's so many different builds for Kamoon. This is not runed. Yeah. Oh, 34 speed. So this is looking like it was maybe a Swift set, but he doesn't maybe want to show how fast it was. Maybe he does actually use this in RTA. I'm not sure. And he's like, let's not show how cool it is in the regular runes. And then this is looking like it is a speed crit damage defense on this Veladril, speed crit damage defense, and fairly standard Violent Will, speed crit damage defense. And then he does some damage with his like skill 2. A tiny bit of damage with the skill 1 as well, but the skill 2 does more damage. Not like he's gonna like nuke something with 1 hit, but yeah. Anyway, then we have Elena not rude, and then we have this one's looking like it's speed HP probably. Again, could be all kinds of different things. Resistance 84% though. Violent Will, speed HP. There we go. Fairly standard for her. Same thing with Triana basically. You ruin them basically the same thing. Fast and tanky, good resistance. Really annoying to deal with. Oh my god, that's a lot of HP. 22,000 extra HP. Look at that. He's not even sacrificing a lot. I mean, he's sacrificing a little bit of attack power, but he's still got good attack power. 22,000. So that's got to be, watch his attack for damage attack. Well, no, that's not possible. It's not going to get 22,000 from that, right? Yeah, there we go. HP, crit damage, HP. Super Bruiser Leica. Someone's going to come in with a water monkey like, I got this Leica. Water monkey's going to be like, ping, 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 ping. Leica's going to be like, is that all you got? Because I'm pretty sure like I still have 80% of my HP left. The water monkey's going to be like, what? What Leica is that? Oh my god. How to freak out a water monkey. How to troll a water monkey in 2020. Oh my god, this 33,000 before anything else applied, leader shields, towers, whatever. 33,000 HP on this guy. Super Bruiser, and then that's not finished being ruined. I'm sure it was ruined at some point and then got de-ruined because he really isn't used too much in RTA nowadays. Because like, Beast Riders like Barbara, a lot of Barbara is being used. So so that's one of the reasons that Raccoon really isn't picked too much anymore, is because a lot of people that use Gani Hathor right now are using things like, well, last season even they were using a lot of things like Ajir, right? Now it's more Barbara in the place of Ajir because, you know, you're gonna try to do good in RTA, you're gonna, until you get like the super premium Beast Riders and stuff like that. Anyway, that's why you don't really see Raccoon too much this season. Just in case you were curious. Or last season, the same thing, like Ajir, right? Because people are already planning to use Barbara and Ajir with those Gani Hathors. Like they already have played enough to know. So this is not ruined. Yeah. And we got a almost 300 speed Kamoon. Very nice. Oh my god, this video is taking so long, man. I'm sorry. Like that Kamoon is faster than my Bernard. Oh my god. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. I'm not sure why he decided to go this fast on Kamoon, but that would be a very, very annoying Kamoon to deal with. That fast. He'd be shielding every single turn. Well, he always shields every turn, but you're just like, shield, 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 shield. Like, you couldn't even think before he puts another shield on. So, you don't really need him to Violent proc with this Kamoon, so you don't really need to worry about the Violent runes. I mean, unless you can put him on Violent. Like I said, Kamoon is great on, like, every rune set, but, yeah, Swift works really nice. Especially, like, sometimes you have a Swift, and I've said this before, sometimes you have, like, a Swift slot 2 that's HP, but really efficient. Like, it's got, like, HP, but 20 speed and defense and flat HP, but it rolled really well. And you got, like, just such beautiful stats, but it's HP slot 2 on a Swift, and you're like, who do I use this on? That's actually not that bad on Kamoon. So that's, like, there's very few units that will use a rune like that. Swift slot 2 HP, but Kamoon is actually one of them that is not that bad on Kamoon. And then it's looking like it's probably Despair Revenge, Speed Crit Rate HP. Speed Crit Rate HP, yeah. And then this guy is, oh, it's not ruined. Super easy to talk, it's not ruined. Really, Revenge. You don't really see, I wouldn't really stick Revenge on Segment. But maybe there's a reason for it. Whatever. Like, it's not ruined right now, but whatever. And then that's a pretty juicy Perna. 2,000 attack power. 2,000 attack power. Not skimping on the speed. Good crit rate. Good crit damage. Good HP. That's a juicy fat Perna. Those beautiful 33% attack sub. Beautiful Perna. 33% attacks up again. 22 speed. 20. Juicy Perna. Very juicy Perna. Okay, so this Daphnis is not on. That's not a normal Daphnis. Normal Daphnis would be way faster. Is he on defense? He looks like he's on speed crit damage defense? Speed crit damage. He's on speed crit damage defense. Okay. Well, that just means it's gonna be harder to break through the shields. It's kind of a weird Daphnis build. Maybe he's just using, I mean, again, like I said, this is separate from RTA, so maybe this is a thing that he's using in Guild Wars specifically, but generally you see, actually this season, I've been seeing some Violent Daphnises. I've been seeing more Violent Daphnises. Before it was Swift, and now it's just like, now it's Violent. So, I've been seeing Violent Daphnises. Very fast Violent Daphnises this season. And then we have, she is gotta be on speed crit damage, speed crit damage attack. Don't tell me this, but a lot of HP and subs, or, HP crit damage attack and speed and subs. Violent, speed, crit damage, attack, and a lot of HP and subs. Yeah. These Beast Riders, man. One of the crazy things about these Beast Riders is they're good turn 1, right? And then they're also kind of, like, just naturally anti-cleave because you kill them, and they're like, oh, we're back. Did you think you killed us? And I was like, well, yeah, I did think I killed you actually. Like, nah, you didn't kill us. No, we're still there. I'm gonna use a rocket to kill you. She's like, I'm just gonna dismount. I don't die. I just dismount. Like, oh man, how do we do this now? So, yeah, that's one of the reasons Beast Riders are Beast Riders are taking over the meta. Like, Beast Rider, Savannah. Oh my God, Savannah, Masha, and Barbara, the light dark ones as well, but just, oh my God, they're just so strong. They're just so good because they already counter one of the several RTA comps, right? Cleave, Control, and then Bruiser are the main ones. And you got like the mid-range teams that are like a little bit of everything, but anyway. Nice CR. I was expecting actually a little bit more speed, but this is actually pretty efficient because look, it's got tons of HP. It's got a lot of attack power. It's got speed. Usually when you see G3 Ciaras, they're faster. But it does have a lot of crit rate, and it's got a lot of accuracy still. Not skipping on the accuracy. So the thing with this is, that's got to be speed and subs. That's got to be like... That's got to be an attack, crit rate, HP, Ciara. Violent Will, I'm going to say. I'm just going to guess Violent Will. Okay. HP, crit rate, attack, Ciara, Violent Will. There we go. But look at all the efficiency. And again, this could be different in RTA, or maybe he even has several CRs. Like for example, don't say it, Bagel. People will hate you. If people are on a quest for CR, they will hate you if you say it. I have several CRs, and they are runed different ways. One is runed squishy, but a ton of attack power and not really that fast, and she's for arena offense. I have an RTA CR that's runed fast and kind of like this, not as good runes, I guess, but actually a little bit faster, actually. But it's not as much crit rate, though. So it's like speed, HP, and attack, or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's very, like, just stat efficient. I was trying to work on it last season, and then I was just, like, every season, I'm like, I want to make this one monster really, really good this season. And I was supposed to keep working on it last season. I don't even know how rune efficient it is necessarily, but there's so many people that prioritize CR with great runes that it's probably like not even that good in the grand scope of things, but I'm sure it's all like legend runes with an 8 because I was like wanted to really focus on that. But anyway, speed, crit damage, HP. That's got to be violent and something speed, crit damage, HP. Violent Revenge, speed, crit damage, HP. So, again, for the same reason as the Vanessa we were talking about earlier, Vanessa, Josephine, Juno on crit damage, for the same reason is, like, she does actually damage based on her speed with skill, with skill 1. Damage increasing according to your speed. So she can actually dish out some pretty good damage. This is actually fairly similar to my runes on my Celia, because Celia does damage based on speed, and I'm like, okay, they nerfed Celia, let me make her a DPS unit then. So this is actually what my Celia looks like, basically. Like, pretty close in stats. Like, very close to my Celia. Like, very actually shockingly close now that I'm thinking about it. Now I kind of want to show you guys my Celia and be like, look, it's like almost the same thing. Anyway, because like, you know, if something gets nerfed, like, you have to be like, okay, how can I still make this good, right? So anyway, Hathor. Not runed, but I'm sure the RTA version is runed. This is looking like it's for... No, I have... I don't know. I was not expecting... crit damage, he does damage based on enemies' max HP. I really was not expecting a... attack, crit damage, HP, Despair Jameer. You know what? You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments on this one, because I'm gonna defer to... This is new to me. This kind of Jameer is a little bit... Maybe he's not really using it like a Barian comp, is he? Oh, maybe he is, because he's got the tableau. Oh, he's not. It could be ruined in RTA, though. Again, it could be ruined in RTA. So, could be but it's too slow. It's too slow to be in that comp, though. It would have to be way faster. So he's not using this spare comp in RTA. Maybe this is... I want to think maybe this is like a TOA hard kind of thing. Maybe he's using Jameer in TOA hard like this, and that's why he's got the Despair. But... That's... Okay, that's Jameer. So this is Feng Yan. This is probably defense, HP with speed and subs. By the way, guys, Feng Yan does not need crit rate, crit damage. Just rune him. A lot of speed, a lot of defense, a lot of HP. That's basically it on Violent. Violent Will is the best for him. But actually, I feel like he should be faster, though, because he gets really annoying. He's got a lot of accuracy, though. But this looks like defense, HP on him. Defense. Oh, defense. And then just a lot of HP and subs. How much HP? 28 there. 18 there. 27 there. 23 there. 18 there. And then 21 there. I really thought it was going to be defense, HP, actually. But there you go. There you go. And 72% accuracy is actually... And that's just in subs. How much accuracy is in here? 9? 15? 9? 23 accuracy there. 16 there. Wakens into crit rate. Weakens into crit rate, of course. Makes so much sense. We could have guessed, but usually on despair, fast on despair. Good crit rate because there's skill 2, right? Skill 2 will cycle her attack gauge 2 turns, AoE, and we'll cycle her her attack gauge based on it critting. So speed, it looks like it's gonna be speed, crit rate, and attack, or HP. Could go either way, or defense actually. Speed, crit rate, and they all look about the same as far as like speed, crit rate. Yeah, okay, so it's defense. There you go. But there's a ton of HP in that sub, right? So, yeah, could have gone really with that. With the way that rune looks, that rune build looks, it could have gone either way. So it's looking like just I'm sure Violent will. Speed HP. That's got to be speed HP defense. Flat attack. Okay. Flat attack. I had no idea Lest was really fwa the whole time, guys. Did you know? Did you even know? Oh my god. Well, sometimes I'm wrong, I guess. So there you go. But it did look like, look at that defense. 901 on a 692 base defense. So it did look like that was probably going to be speed defense HP, but speed flat attack and HP, and still the rest of those. I'm sure it's different in RTA. I'm sure he stuck something else on an RTA, but or maybe he didn't. Maybe he really is fwa. Anyway, Lucian Runes. That's a speed Lucian. Still got a lot of DPS for a speed Lucian. Look at the stats on that Lucian though. And you know these are like this is not different than RTA because he's probably not using Lucian in RTA. Is he? I didn't see what he was up to this season too much. Maybe he's using speed Lucian RTA, but this is a super fast Lucian. Super fast and still does a lot of damage. Look at the stats on this. Oh my god! Look at this. Look at the efficiency on this rune. Oh my god. Such a juicy Lucian, man. 25 speed Lucian rune. It's a nice Lucian, very fast Lucian. And then we have, so this has got to be speed crit damage attack on this Shimate. Probably Swift. No, it's got to be Swift. Swift speed crit damage attack. Yep, speed crit damage attack, Swift, and just focus, probably just for the stats. He was like, what can I get? Because there's no accuracy on anything else, right? So he's like, what can I get the stats on it, right? Enough stats to make you good, regardless of the set. And he's like, okay, well, you know what? I could make a 2-set of focus. Maybe he wanted a 2-set of blade, but he's like, 2-set of focus I can get the stats on. The 2-set of blade, all my blade runes are on different things. So, and you know this is a legit build because this is for arena, right? You're using this for arena offense. And then Leo with, that's got attack, crit damage, HP. I mean, you got 10 speed on there. You could, it's not efficient. Leo doesn't need speed, man. Unless you're using double Leo. Again, maybe it's flaw. I don't know. Very efficient crit rate though. And the nice thing about Leo, same thing about Antares, you can put slow runes on so he can get a lot of the runes that you may not want to use on other things. Stick on Leo. So, oh, you know what? Actually, I've seen a lot of them. I don't know why I'm not surprised. Attack, crit damage, attack on here. So, this rune was probably on someone else, and he gemmed the speed in, and he stuck it on Leo after the fact, but it was probably initially for something else, because that's a legend rune grind, rune gem on, a legend gem on this rune. So yeah, initially it was, because there's 0 speed on the rest of the runes. So initially this was not on Leo, this was on something else, and he gemmed it for something else, and then stuck it on Leo after the fact. So, there you go. That's kind of what that rune says. The runes have to speak to you, guys. The runes have to talk to you and say, hey, this is what I do. I'm a rune. Oh my goodness. So this is pretty efficient. This is looking like it's speed crit damage. Not crit damage, crit damage. Speed crit damage and HP. Even though she's a tech type unit, fast bruiser, right? A lot of things fast bruiser for RTA, especially things like, you know, like Ajir, Water Monkey. A lot of those things are fast bruiser units. So they usually require a lot of efficiency, like your best speed, crit damage, HP set, but also has decent attack because it's supposed to do some damage too. So anyway, speed, crit damage, and HP. And then attack and subs, because it still does have some attack there. And that's just for crit. 28. And you see he's farming like the ancient runes too. A lot of efficiency there. Jealous of these runes, man. Jealous of these runes. Some of my runes look very similar to his, but some of my runes are also like, man, like I don't have a whole. I don't even know if I have any 280 violent sets. But I know, like, a lot of top 100 RTAs, like, couple 280 violent sets, and I'm like, count me out of that nonsense. I haven't spent $1 million on re-apps. I'll use, like, 250, 260 violent sets. I'm like, that's all you're gonna get from me. I'm trying my hardest, guys. Oh, my God. Anyway, so this is Tyrannus is on, looks like he's defense, crit damage, defense with HP and speed and subs. Defense, crit damage, defense. A lot of times people ask me how to rune. Look at all my crit damage on that sub, though. A lot of times people look at all that crit rate on that sub. Just rune efficient. Efficiency. Look at all those juicy stats. But a lot of times people ask me how to rune Tyrannus. I like to get him, like, kind of like this. You don't even need that much defense, though. Like, I like to get him around, like, plus 100 extra speed. And then, good crit rate, good crit damage, and good HP. Oh, and defense, because he does damage based on his defense. He actually does a lot of damage with this skill. A lot. These druids do a lot of damage with these second skills. Tyrannus more than the water one, but these druids actually for being tanky, like they do a lot of damage. Like he does a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage. He does more damage than him, but still. Even Abellio does a decent amount of damage too, though. Oh, man. Pater does a lot of damage too. I feel like the light one does the least damage. I'm not saying he's a bad unit. I'm just saying he does like I used him on the Europe because I got lucky enough to actually get the light druid. I freaked out. I freaked out because I was like, oh my god! Like I really, it's on YouTube somewhere. Me freaking out about the light druid because I was like. It was like on stream, like 1 or 2 scrolls or something like that. I was like, oh my god, it's like crazy. It was because it's like, what's the unit you want the most? It's like, well, definitely this is one of the, and then it's like it pops out of a scroll in the middle of nowhere on a stream when you're just like not paying attention. It's like, oh, that's lightning. Oh wait, that's an LD. Oh god. One of those situations, right? Crazy. Anyway, he's an amazing unit. Really great unit. Really great unit. Please don't tell me this is violent. This has got to be Swift. This can't be violent. Speed, HP, Swift. Yeah. There's no way. I mean, I know Kantos give you a lot of money to buy all those re-apps, right? With the SWC. But I was like, that cannot possibly be Swift Friend. Some people do Swift Friend, though. More, I see more on violent, but some people do Swift Friend. This is interesting. Bella and still actually runed. So this is a good, another good example for early game players. Like, how do I rune Bella? Fast, good defense, good HP. And you also actually want some good accuracy on Bella because Bella needs accuracy for skill 1 and skill 2. Not like this. That is not the Bella build. I wonder why he's did it like this though. He's obviously using it for something, but I wonder why he did double revenge accuracy. I would love to tell you, like I know exactly why, but I don't know. I don't know why he did. Is it against? Maybe maybe it's against Mihos for Siege or something like that. It could possibly be against Mihos for Siege, where it's like gonna revenge and defense break. It's like it'll be a damage sponge. The Miho will hit and Bella won't die. But this is not really a early game. Early game, Bella, speed, HP, swift, and energy with like some accuracy, speed, defense, accuracy, and subs. Right? That's early game. You guys are super early game. Then you want to move to like something like violent, right? Violent focus would be like moving into mid game, something like that, right? Again, prioritizing on speed, HP, and defense and accuracy. But this is a very specific Bella build for maybe Siege against Mihos or something. That's not runed. This is not runed. This is just super tank. Actually, I was expecting a little bit better, actually. I was expecting a little bit better. But this is fairly common for a triple HP. For a Huadam, he doesn't need a whole lot of speed because he doesn't need to take turns. His passive activates regardless of the turns. Fairly tanky, though. Fairly tanky. Doesn't need a lot of... Usually you find him, like, tons and tons of HP. Good resistance because people will try to target him first. And then defense as well. So, and not really... You don't have to go too crazy on this speed, though. And Huadam is actually... Fun fact... Huadam is actually a super easy cheat code for some of the labyrinth levels where it's like where like the enemies have captured like Colleen or whatever, and then like you take Colleen back, and then they're all water units, so they all target her because she's a fire unit. Another cheat code would be taking other fire units in, so they'll target those instead of the Colleen. That's cheat code number 2. But number 1, if you have Huadam, then they just kill Colleen, but she doesn't die because she just sucks the HP out of Huadam. So, there you go. Cheat code for that. Anyway, this is not ruined. Yeah, speed, defense, HP, but it's not completely finished being ruined. Which is, she's usually a siege unit, so I would have actually expected this to be actually ruined. So, but anyway, speed, defense, HP. You guys get an idea. Oh my god, Julianne. Julianne is so toxic. One time at band camp, Julianne got turn 1. Who knows how fast that Julianne was, because Julianne outsped everything of mine and sniped something before I got a turn. No attack power buff, just sniped it. I have no idea what crazy runes it was on. It was a couple seasons ago. I'm like, I had no idea that Julianne was actually going to be able to kill something with no attack buff, no defense break, and also like... I think I calculated it must have been like plus 170 or something like that. And I'm like, how is this possible? Like, what is her, not her, what is his damage multiplier that is like actually able to kill? But, yeah, something toxic like this, I guess. I think it was, toxic. One of the nice things is you don't really need a whole lot of HP on Julianne, because you will just suck the HP, like Huadam, but the opposite, right? You'll just suck the HP out of your allies. So you kind of want to use with tanky allies, right? And some heals somewhere, so. Anyway. And another fun fact is against Julianne and Huadam, you can use continuous damage to tick off, and that can kill through Julianne's passive and the Huadam passive, the continuous damage. So another fun fact for the day. You guys are interested, you're curious. This is what? Oh, this is for R5. This gotta be for R5. Or actually, for dungeons maybe. R5 dungeons kind of thing, triple fight. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And then we have Lucifer. Did he have these for SWC? I don't remember if he had these for SWC or not, or if these are like new. But if you get like how much money he won, like $1 billion or something, like not $1 billion, right? But what was it? 100,000? Is that what he won? Some crazy amount of money. I don't even remember, but it was just like an obscene amount of money. Anyway, I'm sure he bought some LD packs with that. And Countous just got it right back again. So triple fight. I think he's using this with Leo and a fat Lucian for offense. Because I've seen people use the Lucifer and Leo together. So that's why he's got that there for arena offense. So toxic. Good team though, good team, right? I haven't personally played with it, but there you go. That's triple fight for that. And he's using that, I'm sure, with a Lucian, right? Lucian and Leo. And then Viva Chell. So Viva Chell is on, again, crit damage. So she's on, it looks like she's on HP. I want to say HP crit damage HP. It can kind of go a little both ways, but Yeah. Speed or damage HP. Okay. So that just means it's very little speed everywhere else. 12 speed here. 14, 14, 12, 14. So not really a whole lot of 20s. You know what I mean? I was actually expecting. That's a nice rune, though. That's a very efficient rune. A lot of stats. This really not lacking very much stats. It's got HP, it's got attack, it's got defense, it's got speed. And you don't have to worry about this necessarily killing something. You can kill with skill 1. Again, similar to the Triana, similar to how I do Vivachel is, not Vivachel, Celia. Whatever one I have is that you can use skill 1 to do damage. Oh my god, it's over an hour. I'm sorry that I made this video so long. I'm trying to explain the builds for things, so you guys know. This is on violent, isn't it? This is violent speed for damage HP. That's disgusting. Disgusting, disgusting. Oh, of course it's on oh my god. Speed? Jeez. Jeez. Oh, speed 31! Oh. I mean, I guess if you're gonna put a crazy rune like this on something, it may as well be an LD5. Time to delete my account. There's no way I can compete with this. No way I can compete with this. That's crazy runes. It's almost a 300 speed Miho. 272 speed Miho. When Miho outspeeds your Bernard. When Miho outspeeds your Kabila. That's toxic, man. Speed, crit damage, attack, of course. And also, and violent. Also, here's another thing. Bagel, you keep saying another thing. Look at those juicy runes, man. Really, really solid runes. And this is, of course, on his siege defense, I'm sure. So, another thing is, recovers 20% of inflicted damage. So, a lot of people put her on violent. Actually, she already has kind of a violent mechanic built into her. So, you don't absolutely need her on violent, because she can already heal based on her skill 1. I mean, she heals a lot more on violent, don't get me wrong. She's great on violent. She's really annoying. But, yeah, she already has a heal built in, kind of like Leica. She's better than Leica. Depends. Depends who gets better RNG with the stuns and the... Yeah. I think she could take a Leica, though. She could take a Leica, right? I'm pretty positive she can take a Leica. Unless Leica doesn't crit. Because Leica isn't going to glance, but that doesn't mean he's going to crit. So, it's based on RNG. I'm just gonna answer. I'm gonna go that way. Is she can take a Leica probably more often than he can take her, but it's also based on RNG and who crits and who doesn't. Anyway, whose passive's proc? We got this guy, her type. So he is on speed crit. Yeah, speed crit damage and HP, but he's also on lots of attack and subs, is what it looks like. Speed, look at the stats on every rune. Like, man, look at that. I know you guys looking at every single rune, you're like, that entire rune is better than my entire account. You're like, well, he did win SWC, so you look like at one of the best accounts in the game. So, anyway, nothing on this, nothing. Did he not have a Bailick? Don't tell me that's his first Bailiger. Maybe that's the second Bailiger and he's got it first in the storage or something like that. That'd be hilarious if he doesn't do BJR5. That would be hilarious if he's like, no, I just do a normal R5 team. I got my Fire Panda and and Diaz. Anyway, that's it for this one. Very cool. We were able to show the account and a whole lot of stuff on it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it's so long, but I just wanted to make sure that I explained a lot of stuff, and hopefully for newer players, maybe like early to mid game, they get a lot out of it. They're like, oh, okay, this is why this is why that. I just want to try to relay as much information as possible to try to make you guys better Summoners War players. You're like, Bagel, that's great, but we still don't have the runes, so what are we supposed to do with all that information if we don't have the runes? Good question. Don't know the answer to that, but good question. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.